Hello people, this is Analyzation Skull here with another Destiny video, the first of many to come. This is the King's Fall raid, Oryx hard mode, challenge mode. Now just to be clear, this is not a guide video. This isn't going to show you the mechanics on how to beat Oryx exactly, word for word, or step by step I should say. It's not something you should look to for help on how to beat it if you are a beginner. This is simply going to be a quick run through footage of me and a team completing it this last week that the raid was available for challenge mode. It wasn't actually this one wasn't even Oryx challenge mode. Golgoroth challenge mode was the one for this week, but this is just going to be a simple run through with the team and I completing it because they preferred challenge mode overall, which is an acceptable strategy for defeating Oryx. We're just running through here, and I'm going to be going through some tips and tricks on what I am doing, or just sort of explaining the minor details on how to complete this when you're in a rough situation or when things are not quite going your way during the raid or during this section of Oryx, just so that you get an idea or a feel for what it feels like to beat it, how you're going to want to approach it, and when and where you want to make your decisions on as far as jumping on the platform or sacrificing yourself to the shade once Oryx pulls you in. Just little details here and there on how to accomplish this fully and how to help your teammates as best as possible. Now we start out here, and these thrall appear, and we tethered them, or one of our hunters tethered them immediately. Not immediately, he gathered them together and then tethered them, because it is it's not only useful for generating orbs for the team, but it's also useful for the thrall being killed as quickly as possible, along with the two knights above. You want to keep your eye out for those two, even at any given time when you're killing thrall. As soon as that happens, the first platformers jump up, the runner and the number 1 platform, and as you can see, I am number 2 for this raid, so I am diligently working on the ogre and the knight that I am responsible for, as should everyone. Now, I did not jump off that platform without knowing that the relic runner had the relic. You must always make sure that the relic runner announces when he has the relic, so that nobody on the platforms is risking their lives for too long or too extensive of a period of time, so that they come down immediately and they are able to take him out as efficiently as possible. As soon as everybody's on the inside, we make sure the vessel is down and we're able to stagger Oryx, and we continue on from there. As after that, I guess it's dependent on your teammates and what their strategy is at this point, but a lot of people like to kill everything with a gun. Basically, that's how it works. That's what it's named for this. That's how people will address it for this section of this strategy for beating Oryx. Kill everything with a gun, including Centurions, Acolyte Eyes, anything else that may be shooting at you. I'm pretty sure Centurions and the Acolyte Eyes are the only thing that are going to be, but you let the thrall come in, wait for the tether from the hunter to kill the thrall and generate even more orbs for people. Now, generating orbs is key during this time because it not only allows for the warlocks with self-res using the Sunsinger subclass to self-res whenever possible after their sacrifice to the shade in the middle to Oryx. I'll explain that more later in a second here, but it also allows for more tethers to be generated, more bubbles to be popped by the Titans for weapons, which equals weapons of light and blessings of light, which equals not only living longer, but doing more damage to ogres as they come out, and knights and whatever need be killed. And it provides defense for the team. Until the person taking the aura from the main knight is able to get in. You can see right there, as soon as we were transported into the shade, we were able to take out him relatively quickly because everyone is using sniper bullets on him. You always want to make sure your sniper ammo is full. You can either pick it up from thrall around. That's actually what I'm going to do right now. I'm picking up sniper ammo just in case I needed it. You want to make sure you have that for not only your knight, because it takes 2 sniper headshots from a powerful sniper, I believe 310 and above, to kill the knights that spawn across from you, and you want to be utilizing your sniper for the shade inside the uh, inside the black bubble that he pulls you into during each section of the fight. Now, for challenge mode, if you are doing it, you're going to be pulled into that shade area every single time. Oh, and I've been killed there, but that is the reason why I'm a warlock and I have self-res. No, that was risky business right there. I could have potentially ruined it for the whole team dying on that platform. Luckily, the relic runner was able to move fast enough to get the relic before any severe damage was done, so I was able to come back alive. He got the relic, and everything was able to proceed as normal. We were shooting Oryx. Orbs are still gathering on the sides. So that's what you want to be aware of. You want to make sure you all stay alive. That's another thing I want to talk about is on your platforms, once you get on top of them, you're not only going to want to be aware of the knights, but any potential adds that could do severe to death-inducing harm to your character. You want to watch out for the Acolyte Eyes in particular, or Centurions, because they're going to be launching bubbles and penetrating lasers from the Acolyte Eyes, which are definitely things to be avoided. Something you want to stay clear of during this boss battle. Those things. And I was not mindful at that point. I had to self-res, but that is the reason why I run the self-res class for the raid, which would allow me to stay alive that much longer. Or help in a situation where it's beneficial. Anyways, back into this shade point here. It wasn't necessary this time, but usually one of the strategies that's favored by a lot of individuals during the raid is that the person who is running a warlock class with the Sunsinger subclass who has self-res, like I do, is going to sacrifice themselves to the shade. I believe I put that into practice here. Oh, okay then. So I guess it was applicable. Anyways, I, by some miracle, did not die from one swing of his mighty blade, and either way, because of the self-res ability, you can then take a hit for other teammates who, if dead, could potentially ruin the entire attempt at Oryx with a death, which is extremely beneficial because a person cannot die on hard mode and be resurrected or revived or respawned at any given time unless it is a Sunsinger Warlock. So, with that in mind, it's just something that could come in handy at some point or another. Also, want to be mindful of these knights when you do snipe them. Now, as soon as the runner has the relic and announces that he does have it, one of the people in the middle, me at this point, is benefiting the team by using a sword, one of the blades that might be available to kill the vessel as soon as possible. It doesn't have to be anyone in particular. Somebody on a pillar can take up that job, just as long as the vessel is killed as soon as possible. It's just better to have him out of the way. I guess you could potentially wait, and I have seen it be done before, where you can wait until after you stagger Oryx to finish him off, but it just seems more efficient and easier to have him out of the way earlier on during the game, during the game plan for Oryx, especially on challenge mode or something where you're in desperate need of efficiency and correct timing and correct communication between teammates. So it's just easier if not only the relic runner who comes down and takes the aura from the vessel is running a sword, but also someone else can help him from the other side, someone on a pillar with a sword to take him out as quickly as possible. Now, after he opens this bubble and starts bringing people in, your job is not done if you are stuck on the outside. You can help your team dramatically by taking out Thrall that spawn on the left and right side, or wherever they may be, by shooting Thrall on the left or right side, anywhere, just anywhere where Thrall spawn. If you're killing them on the outside, you are helping your team, because that prevents them from coming in to a non-regenerating health habitat where their potential for death is increased. Whereas Thrall can attack you on the outside and it wouldn't be any big deal. it wouldn't be a big deal whatsoever. But Thrall attack you in here, and every portion of your health that you lose, it can be detrimental to you and your teammates, which is why it is important to take them out as soon as possible on the outside for your team, along with the knights that do spawn on both of the front platforms. Now, running for ammo again, make sure you always have to make sure that your sniper ammo is on point. You have to keep refueling that as needed. If you can't find ammo for your sniper and you are in desperate need of it, and you know that you're going to fail without it, probably best to use this ammo synthesis. If you don't purchase them, you might want to start reinvesting your glimmer into some synthesis for situations like this. As you can see, there was an Acolyte Eye that spawned on the platform next to me, or across from me, I should say, but it was inaccessible, and it could not damage me as long as I was behind a certain vantage point. Those Acolyte Eyes can spawn in a number of random places, so just always want to be aware of where they are, and if they are attacking you, they are going to be your number one source of casualties for failed runs on Oryx challenge mode in particular, so you're going to want to take them out if you can. If they can't reach you, then no big deal. But here we go. We have let 4 orbs stack up. You want to run to your orbs in synchronization with your teammates and run back as soon as possible and shoot Oryx immediately. As soon as you get back into the middle, shooting Oryx is vital to his death. You can see, because everyone detonated their orbs, we were able to get him down to low health immediately. Usually one of the middle guys takes 4th orbs. You should already know that by now. Anyways, we all take him out here. Somebody popped Weapons of Light, I believe, just to make sure he could be destroyed, and so that there was no need to run the risk of him not dying and ruining it for us at the very last second. But we waited until all 4 orbs from all 4 ogres were there, went for them, detonated, came back in synchronization. Usually for that point, somebody will do a countdown, and it's very necessary for someone to do a countdown, because as soon as somebody generates their orb detonation time period, it starts it for everyone, and as soon as they explode, you could cause potential death for your teammates. So you're going to want to do a countdown from the inside bubble. Somebody will count down 3, 2, 1, go. You either one of 2 strategies work. Either as soon as they say go, you run to your orbs, automatically detonate them, come back, or they say go for your orbs, you stand right outside of the orb detonation zone, the black circle that should be around the spherical object. You go there and wait to step inside until they say 3, 2, 1 again, step inside your bubble, and you detonate them using that method. Either one is acceptable depending on who you're playing with and what works for you, but man, I have covered a lot of ground here, and randomness. I hope that this can be understood by most of you. I hope people who are watching this are not expecting a full-on step-by-step walkthrough of this, because there will be a lot that I have just mentioned that you will not understand. You will be asking yourself what the fuck I am talking about. But if you do understand, then hopefully this was beneficial to you, just watching a live walkthrough of it. And that is all for now. That is a walkthrough of the Oryx challenge mode. And like I said, challenge mode is not difficult, or considered not difficult by the team I was playing with. It wasn't even required or mandatory for challenge mode for this week. This week was Golgoroth, but this team preferred it, so why not go along with it? And we did it successfully. So just thought I would upload this video for you people that are in need of some live demonstration of it being executed, and all the potential mistakes you could make. Anyways, that's it for now. More videos soon. Probably a one on Golgoroth challenge mode this week, because it is this week, and then War Priest later, or other raid coverage. This is Analyzation Skull. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.